much almost prohibited for a number of years in Canada. And of course, the radical feminists were exultant. They were happy about it. But you know what? As a result of that ruling, the radical feminist books were confiscated by the police in Canada because they were pornographic. That's the kind of thing you get. Now, some radical feminists are more radical than others. So you could, but radical with capital R and small r, radical feminists. Let me show you this one, this group. They call themselves Women Against Sex. And this is their manifest. You have this on Moodle as well, okay? We believe that homosexuality, pedophilia, lesbianism, bisexuality, transsexuality, transvestism, sadomasochism, non-feminist celibacy, and autoeroticism, that's masturbation, have the same malevolent relationship to conceptual and empirical male force as does heterosexuality. So it's all the same, including, don't forget, non-feminist celibacy. So whether you have sex or you don't, if you're not a radical feminist, you're all the same. Okay? These activities represent only variations on a heterosexual theme, not exceptions. There is no way out of the practice of sexuality except out. All these erotic choices are also a part of sexuality as constructed by male supremacy. We know of no exception to male supremacist sex. The function of this practice permits no true metamorphosis. All gender permutations remain superficial. We therefore name intercourse, penetration, and all other sex acts as integral parts of the male gender construction, which is sex. And we criticize them as oppressive to women. We name orgasm as the epistemological mark of the sexual, and we therefore criticize it too as oppressive to women. So no sex for women, period. Because sex is a male invention. So, okay, what about religion? What about religion and pornography? Well, Susan Griffin, in her book, Pornography and Silence, deals with that matter in a very, how would I say, complicated manner, in a sense. She claims that religion is, no surprise, a pornographic institution too, and that the Passion of Christ, the torture and crucifixion of Christ, was the first pornographic production, actually. Why is that? Well, because in the Western tradition, women have come to represent the flesh, and men have come to think of themselves as only mind, spirit, devoid of body. That's why Eve was the one who fell to temptation and was the one who induced Adam to sin as well. And remember the meaning of virtue, the word virtue, it means manliness. Remember the root vir, men in Latin. So only men by definition can be virtuous, at least in the tradition. And so women are soft, weak, prone to sin. They have to be kept under control. But we men, we are strong, spirit, we are minds, virtuous. And we do not accept our bodies, according to Susan Griffin. Men hate their bodies because it's like they're enslaved to something physical when they would like to think of themselves or ourselves as just pure spirit, pure mind, pure control. But you know what? Men hate women because women remind men that they have a body. How do they remind men that they have a body? Because they cause erections in them. That's how they remind them that they have a body. And that's why men hate women. And that's why men torture bodies, the body of women, in pornography. I know this is kind of convoluted, but you follow the line of reasoning, I hope. And you know what? Children are not like that. Children walk around naked. They accept their bodies. They're in perfect harmony of body and mind. But then they're told, if it's boys, they're told, you're a boy, you don't have a body, you're a man. So forget about your body. To have a body is a woman's thing. However, Jesus was a man who accepted his body. So he was a perfect harmony of body and spirit. That's why he gave up his body for others. And that's why he said, let children come up to me, because unless you become like one of them, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. He wanted us to accept our bodies. And that is why he was hated by other men. And so when you see the crucifixion of Jesus, it appears a man. Yeah, it's a male. And Jesus was a male in this world, but what is being tortured there is a body. A body. And in that sense, it's a woman that's being tortured, because women are you get the connection, right? Well, that is how Susan Griffith sees the connection between religion and pornography.